I can.
Miss, I got a question.
I have an answer.
When I go to my biology class, go get my phone.
To get your folder for this class?
Yes.
Yeah. Grab the hall pass. Go quick. All right. So let's finish up yesterday's. Okay?
There's no hall pass.
There's no hall pass. Oh, I've got someone else. Ten. You're welcome. All right, so we're going to finish up yesterday. Yesterday we left off by talking about how to convert large to small, and then how to convert small to large. And now I want to show you a technique that's going to work no matter what you have. Okay? This particular hot tip is called dimensional analysis. Okay. Trying to get the contrast to show up. That's a little better, yeah? That's too dark. There we go. Dimensional analysis. All right. Here's the example. Somewhere in your work for lesson 1, you may have already seen a problem that looks a little something like this. Some number of yards equals some number of miles. And they want you to convert that. And for those of you who've already done this one, or have already turned it in, you probably did something like yards to feet, then feet to miles, right? We're going to do the same thing in dimensional analysis, but we're going to kind of look like we're doing it all in one step. Here's what it looks like. Take this first value and write it as a fraction over 1, and put the units of dimension, the units of measure, in the numerator, the top. Okay? I'd like you to multiply that fraction by some other fraction, and this one is going to do that first conversion step, the yards to feet. The question is, where do I put what unit? Do you see the yards right here? I want you to put the yards in the denominator so that they're across from each other. Okay? That means the only place you have for the feet is going to be in the numerator. So yards were in the numerator on this fraction, so yards are going to be in the denominator of the following fraction. So far, so good? Now use your conversion of feet to yards. What number is with the feet? On the conversion chart.
3.
3. So 3 goes with the feet, 1 goes with the yard, and that fraction is done. We're going to multiply it by another fraction, and this fraction will do the second step, feet to miles. Where should the feet unit go?
The bottom.
The bottom. Why?
Because.
To put it across from feet of the previous fraction. Nicely done. Which means the numerator is the only place left for the miles. Go to your conversion chart. What's the number with miles? And what's the number with feet?
5,280.
And you're done. Now let's check to make sure our dimensional analysis is correct. Okay, we're done with this step. All right, you see yards and yards? 1 yard in the numerator, 1 yard in the denominator. Yes? Goodbye, yards. Yes? No? Do you see feet? One on the top, one on the bottom. Goodbye, feet. And what are we left with? Miles, which is what we were looking for. So our dimensional analysis is correct. Let's go ahead and do the multiplication. I'm not going to do the multiplication yet. I'm just going to write that I need to do it. Okay? Want you to get used to seeing what this looks like, because in chemistry, in physics, in I know algebra 2, this comes up a lot. And so right now, while it's still easy, I want you to be comfortable with it. Start getting comfortable with it. So that way when you have to do it in those harder subjects, it becomes easier for you. Okay? So that's me showing you I'm going to multiply. Now, why did I write it that way? How do you multiply fractions?
First to do multiplication
And then do the division? Okay, yeah. When you have a multiplication sign between fractions, you multiply straight across. Did most of you feel that you wanted to cross multiply? And multiply this way? Did y'all feel you wanted to multiply like that? Okay, and that's not a bad feeling to have, but I want to warn you that the only time you can multiply this way with fractions is if right here where my finger is, there's an equal sign. If there's not an equal sign there, don't do it. Don't do this. Only when there's an equal sign, okay? When there's a multiplication sign, it goes straight across. Make sense? Okay. Now do these multiplications. I'm going to need help. These numbers are too big for me. Go ahead and pull out your calculator app. 6,600 times 3 times 1. The number's too big for me. I need your help. Yes, you can grab a calculator. Are you going to believe him, or are you going to grab a calculator and do it yourself? Okay. He's showing it to me on his calculator. I'm going to copy his numbers. Yeah, it was times 3.
Okay, yeah.
All right, now multiply the bottom. 1 times 1 times 5,280.
5,280.
Dude, how'd you do that fast? Because you're just multiplying by ones. When you multiply by 1, nothing changes. All right, do the division for me.
Ooh.
3.75. Yeah, got it confirmed. If you're still working on lesson 1's work, which is fine if you are, and you want to do this dimensional analysis, your justification becomes, I used dimensional analysis. That's it. But your work becomes all of this. You're trading one for the other.
I mean, it's how they do lessons.
We have not yet. We're going to in just a few moments. Thank you. Questions on dimensional analysis? Questions on any notes on this page? All right. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording for a moment. When I come back, we'll be setting up for the second lesson. Okay?